Hi there, it's Rob Levy again. Got another video coming up here for you about real estate, and this one's rather interesting. The question is basically, are houses more affordable now than they were in 75, 85, 2005, 95? Well, I've got some information here that might make you really start looking at this a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and start talking about it. So basically, there's several things that we've got to consider when we talk about how affordable is a house. Number one is the mortgage amount. The median sales price at the end of the second quarter of each year, as reported by the Fed, and assume that that buyer does a 10% down payment. So for what we're talking about here, we're going to assume that everybody does 10% down. The mortgage rate, that's the 30-year fixed mortgage as determined by Freddie Mac, and in this particular case, we did it at the end of June. Principal and interest. So using a mortgage calculator, taking the amount you're going to borrow and the interest rate, you can calculate what your payment's going to be. The P&I it's called, principal and interest. And then in 2021 dollars, what we did is use an inflation calculator to determine what each payment would be when adjusted for inflation. The green means the homes are less expensive today, and the red means that the homes are more expensive. So take a look at this slide right above here, and we'll elaborate on this here as you're looking at it. Now, I'm looking at the same thing in a printout version right here. And what I wanted to talk about was a couple of things. Number one, again, 10% down, 30-year fixed mortgage rate, and calculating for inflation. But take a look at these numbers. Take a look at 1990, for instance. In 1990, the mortgage on a house, if you're putting 10% down, the average, or median I should say, would be $114,000. Now we take a look at 2020, or today actually, 21, it's $337,000. That's like 3 times the mortgage amount. 3 times. But go over to the right-hand side and take a look at, in 2021 dollars using inflation, the principal and interest payment is $1,381, and that same 1991 is $2,110. Now, yes, it was actually a little bit cheaper. It was $1,015, but we're not calculating in there for inflation. That's 31 years ago. So this is really interesting. So take a look at how about 1975? I mean, take a look at 75 down at the bottom. So the average mortgage then would be $35,000. That would be 10% down, so 90% mortgage. The interest rate of 8.89%. But the payment in today's dollars using inflation would be $1,414. So what does that mean to you? A lot of people are talking about, hey, it's really an expensive time to buy a house. Now, have prices gone up? Of course they have. But this chart, again, shows you that we really need to consider more than just the house price, but inflation, interest rates, and so on. If you've got any questions on this, reach out to me below. I'm happy to talk to you about it, or make some comments below. And please also subscribe to my videos, and feel free to share them with a friend as well. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope that this enlightens you a little bit to consider the real estate market right now.